I told my husband, I said, you could do a home birth in Trinidad. I never knew this. I thought everything had to be medicated. In my first 2 births in the hospital, they did not let my body take its time and do what it was supposed to do. The first one, I was scared because he came out and he was not crying. And I was so scared. And then I asked them, why is he not crying? And they said it's because of the drugs.
Because of the influence of the media and everything else, women now feel that they must see an obstetrician if they are pregnant, and they must deliver in a hospital. Once everything is normal and no problems, then they can have a safe delivery at home. There's not a rigid hospital regime or routine. They're home, they can do labor as they like, deliver where they want, have whoever present.
And then for the third baby, I told them I want to have this baby at home. I don't want anything to interfere with the birth. It's a natural process and I wanted it to be natural because I did a lot of research. Again, everybody thought I was crazy. My entire family was against it. My bag burst right at home in my kitchen, and I had this baby at home, and this was one of my best experiences.
The approach to hospitalized births was part of recognizing that mothers may come with prior health complications. However, one of the problems has to do with the ways that you're allowed to give birth. So in general, you are not allowed walking, squatting, giving birth on your knees, or any other kinds of positions. And we know that the implications of giving birth on your back are that you are more likely to have a more difficult birth, and that you're more likely to then have to be given drugs, and that you're more likely to be cut, right, and have to be stitched.
If you think about it, if a woman's lying down on her back to push the baby out, she's pushing uphill, which just doesn't make sense. If you leave a woman on her own in labor, she just naturally moves. She rocks, she sways, she'll, walk around. In terms of our cesarean section rate, the World Health Organization recommends about 11%, but their 30s, high 30% is the general, and I believe in Trinidad and Tobago it's about that.
The numbers alone suggest that it's not just the health and safety of the mother that causes the decisions around C-sections to be had. Historically, as everywhere else, midwives who were women were responsible for birth. And we know that the approach to birth that involves giving birth on your back was created in the 18th century in order to facilitate doctors' access to women, right? And was a point at which birth becomes defined by the doctor's agency as opposed to women's agency.
Midwifery is normal, natural birth. Once you encounter a problem with the normal birth, then it goes into the realm of obstetrics. But there should be a problem first. And we find that the obstetric side is encroaching into the normal side. We understand that there may be complications, and this is why we're saying the midwife is trained to recognize those complications early and then refer to the obstetrician.
How I was introduced to home births was in clinic. When I was having the second girl and I was going to clinic, some students actually came and asked if some of the parents was willing to have a home birth because they needed to do 3. I really liked how they came home first, and they would come and check on you, and that one-on-one, the comfort of you just being home and not having the restrictions of the hospital.
For me, it was, to appreciate what she went through and, to see the process. And, actually, all the time men in Trinidad have that ability to experience a process.
My husband, he saw all the graphic things and he got to cut the cord, and he didn't get to cut any of the other cords. And I think that was really, really special for him. And he told me that he appreciated me more, seeing that immediately I got to breastfeed. That was not part of the regime in the medical center. They would just rest the baby, you would see the baby, and then they would take the baby away. And they put them in an incubator and they clean them up and everything. But he was all dirty, and smelling so new and clean.
It was so easy.
Yeah.
You should have seen how she was in the bathtub, enjoying that water. And then it say, She say, I think already, yes. Yeah. And then everything just went smoothly.
So I think we need to educate our mothers, to empower them to know that the decision is theirs. Where they deliver is their decision.
I'm here to make sure that if anything deviates, I can help and, to keep things normal. But the mother and the baby can do it with the support from their loved one and their family.
And if the families are wrong and you see this little individual coming forth and then you hear the cry, joy. Yes, okay, all right, we're hearing you. We're talking about you. Yeah.
I told my mother, because she's not here, I have my midwives here, they are like my mom. Because they came every day for 9 days.
I still keep in contact with the midwives. The student midwife that I had, I actually asked her to be the godmother for my daughter. They come by me, I bake for them. We look at them as family now.